Hello again everybody, this is Amergan and you're very welcome back to the wonderful universe of Star Trek Fleet Command. So I'm doing a video today guys in response to some questions that I've been asked. Today I hope to deal with a number of issues like questions around what is the founder server, beta player stuff, ships and upgrade requirements, the factions and how they affect gameplay. The North Star, a little bit of a peek at something there. Refining options, how to refine your G3 in particular, but also G2. And we'll take a quick look at the dailies at the end. So, go straight in here guys with the founder server and alliance stuff. Just to say, I'd like to do a specific video on that. I've gotten messages from people to say that there are videos out there claiming to be beta gameplay and whatever. I have yet to see them, so I can't really comment. But what I can say is on my server, certainly there's quite a bunch of people who were in the very early beta, which then went into what was a secondary beta. I'm going back 2 years here. It went into a secondary beta, then there was a second server. And then the guys that were on server 1, which were largely Irish guys that came in at the very start of this game, a few other nationalities, but a bunch of us were Irish lads that joined in then in the server 2, and there was a lot of Aussies and Australian guys there. So the DNA is now mixed from server 1 and server 2, and that's what you largely see as what you're calling founder players. But there were original founder players there going back nearly 2 years, and many of them that remain in the game are in the leading alliances on this server. So there's some of my stats just at level 26, and my alliance is House of Martok. Now, House of Martok are one of the oldest, if not the oldest alliance in the entire game. So you can see some of our orders there, and we'll take a look just at our roster for a second. I don't really want to do too much on this guys, because I want to consult with all these lads and lassies around just to get me information right about going back as 2 years. You know, I might miss some stuff, so I'd like to go ahead and input from some of these guys. You can see all in the millions there, quite easy. Our lower players are still in the hundreds of thousands in terms of strength. I'm looking at it in order of rank here. We have 70 out of 70, and many of those names go right back a long time in this game. So it is a very close-knit alliance. People have been in touch with each other, maintained contact with each other, and there's a couple of guys in here like Phil and Octo who really hold this whole thing together. So you can see some of the leaders there, the Alliance leaderboard, Rogue Squadron, Rogue way out ahead in all categories you can see. Rogue would be one of our closest allies and longest rivalries, I guess, going back right back to server 1. But we're not far behind Rogue, and like I say, we offer something very slightly different in terms of going back right to the very start of the game and being so close-knit. So someday I might do a specific video on the history of our alliance, the history of the game. If that's something people are interested in, make a comment and I'll see what I can do. So we're going to take a look at some ships next. People are asking about faction miners, and they're asking about build requirements and upgrade requirements. Now, I'll just show you where I'm at. I'll recall this ship. It's out doing a little bit of mining there. You can see there the event progress is bringing back a little bit of titanium that's adding to this current mining event. Let's take a quick peek at that. And here's a wee sneak peek at something before I do my part 2 video on this event, on this ship. So just a wee sneak peek there at some of the upgrade requirements, which was another question around what you're looking at to upgrade that ship. So let's look at some of our ships here. I'm not going to look at the low level ships, guys. Many of you have these ships. You can look at the upgrade requirements yourselves. There are people on your server who will be able to inform you quite easily about that. I'm going to just jump slightly ahead to where you're going to be aiming for probably, or where you currently are. So there's a Tala. Now, not upgraded very much. Tier 2. Ready to build on these components. So you can see 2-star parts, titanium and dilithium. And there's your first requirement in terms of ore. 2-star common ore. Quite easily mined. More 2-star common refined ore. And battleship parts, of course. So that would bring you up to be ready for Tier 3 on the Tala. We'll take a look at a fully upgraded Tala shortly. Bearing in mind always, guys, that your officer configuration will affect the strength of your ship. And of course the strength of those officers. Here is a Findra. Now unfortunately I don't have a Findra ready to be upgraded, so I can only show you the maxed out one. Findra being an interceptor, the forerunner to the Kera. Looks a little bit like it. So a Turris we've looked at in the jellyfish video. This is the fully upgraded Turris. And we'll see if we can find one yet to be upgraded. So here we go. Tier 2. Explorer parts, with the Turris being an explorer, of course. Not huge requirements there, guys. There's some common refined gas, bit of titanium, bit of dilithium. Here's the fully upgraded Tala. So that's what you're talking about there in terms of strength. Mid to high 40s. And depending on your officers, if you're lucky enough, you might even approach 50k there with one of those ships. And we move on to the first tier, the G3 ship, the tier 1, the Kumari. I've got some of this done. Again, I'm not working very much on this. You can see already 3-star upgrade parts, 3-star refined crystal, 3-star refined ore, and a hefty enough amount of titanium compared to what the previous ships will require. Same with your dilithium there. You can see even the amounts of the refined ores have increased quite significantly. Now we've looked at the jellyfish already, so anybody who wants more in-depth look at the jellyfish, go and find the video specifically made on the jelly, and hopefully that will provide you with the answers that you require on that. And like I said before, a cosmetic ship. Now this is, I like the Bortus, even though I'm not working on it, I like the Bortus. It is a nice battleship. If I had the resources, I would be working on this as my main battleship. And you can see there what I like about this. If you do not have a bubble and you fear getting attacked, then you can see by judging by that description, once this Bortus gets destroyed in defense of your station, the defense platform should go up by 14%. So essentially, you want this ship defending your station. If you don't have a bubble, wait till it's destroyed and everything goes up 14%. Now this is the ship that I might opt to work for because of the build requirements being so much less. I'm not sure. But I do have better options than this, so it's unlikely that I will work on this. You can see, again, hefty enough requirements. Now we'll take a quick look at my Kara. I have upgraded the Kara a fair little bit. This is my main interceptor. You can see I have one more component to upgrade there. That's what it's going to cost me, 1.7 million for that component alone. Rare refined materials. 3 rare refined crystals, for that one component. And you can see I will probably need to go out and raid some bases and take those resources from another player if I want to upgrade even that component. So there you have some sense of what it requires when you get up into the 20s, what is required for those kind of ships at various different levels. We'll take a look shortly at the factions. We've had some questions around which faction should I choose, this kind of stuff. Really that's a matter of taste, guys. I have a Centurion ship which we haven't looked at there. Save that for another time, I think, as well as any in-depth look at the faction miners. But we'll take a glance just at how factions impact on the game. So what has happened to me here, I'm minus 1.3 million with Klingons there. Not very healthy with the Federation either, but I'm nearly on 600k with the Romulans. That has me a consort reputation, you'll see. That basically means that I can now build a faction miner with consort rep, and it means I can build a Centurion. Now I've changed the Federation just so you can look. I can't spend anything on the Federation. Now don't mistake your Federation, Romulan, Klingon reputation with these things, faction credits. This is what you spend, this is the currency you accrue for this faction. Now unfortunately when missions were messed with in the recent update, some of the bugs relating to missions that aren't showing the rewards basically meant that when these missions were completed, my reputation with the Federation dropped dramatically. I've been trying to keep a balance between Federation and Romulan at the expense of Klingons, and I can no longer spend any of those credits on any of this stuff, which I would have been able to at one time. And the higher up it goes, the more you'll be able to, like the Enterprise there for example, when you're respected in the high figures. Klingon the same, I have a little bit of Klingon credits there, can't spend them. But the Romulans I can, and you can see I have spent them, I have only 15 there. And I can buy, you can see once you have these credits you can buy raw ore for refining, you can buy, there's the faction miner, you can buy that. You can see it's still bugged there, the image. 150 for one. I think I have maybe 50 something at the moment. We'll touch more detail on that on another video around faction miners and faction ships maybe. But you can see there that it's all in with the Romulans now at this stage. There's one mission in particular, I can't remember if it's the Federation one or the Romulan one, it's called PAX. PAX will offer 200,000 rep with a particular faction, and will change your rep dramatically. And this is what has happened to me. I completed a few of these missions and it's now all in with the Romulans. And that's okay because I like the Centurion ship. I wanted the Centurion ship, And really, between the Antares, the faction miner for the Federation, and the Valkys, it's a toss-up between those two, so I may as well go with the Valkys now. And I work towards that. You can see that's the reputation bar. When you get up there, your rank should go another little bit higher to, for me it will be Associate, I believe. I can then build a Gladius, and once it gets to Respected, which is maxed out, it looks like there it's an Augur. Which I don't know if I want them yet, but that's a right bit off for me. It's way out there yet, because I'm still thinking in the short term in terms of upgrading single components of single ships, as you've seen there earlier, and that basically means short term for me is weeks and months. The Augur and those things, unless you're going to spend big money, they're difficult to achieve. So just a wee reminder there, guys, when you're getting faction reputation, it is not the currency, the credits that you spend. It is these credits that you spend on various things like dilithium and titanium packs or officer commendations, but for me I save it so that I can spend it on my blueprints. So I'm going to take a quick look at refining now. So at level 26 you used to get a third refine option now. You can see I've got 2 refine options per material. So I like to keep a good balance between all 3, mine all 3, keep an equivalent amount if I can of all 3. They've removed the third option for everybody, and as I understand it, even into the level 30s, it's still 2 refine options. Anybody out there that can correct me, please do. But I think it's 2 refine options now going forward. Some people may still be on 1 refine option at the lower levels. I'm not too sure how that changed for them. But for me, I have 2, and that's what it will be largely through your level 20s. So at almost 300k, I'll do 1 batch initially, and then I'll do 2 batches, which is essentially 3 batches enough. I'm comfortable enough, got a bit of a cushion, so I can afford 3 batches. I'm not in a major hurry for these materials, therefore I don't need to do the more expensive batch at 12k. Then 1 batch, and then 2 batches. I'm below 300k there, so I don't have to be greedy. There's a bit of rare. Now I'm over 300k with this, so I'll do 4 batches. I'll do 2 twos. More rare. So the changes to refining, guys, I welcome it. It's a good improvement. It's the titanium and the dilithium and the power steel now at this stage, and the mining rates on nodes needs to be changed in the sense that in the beta servers and server 1, the higher system you went to, the faster the rates on those nodes would be. And that made sense for once you go up the grades and up the levels, you're going to require more of something. You'd imagine that your capacity to do that and reach the hard to get to places would reward you by getting a higher rate. That's not the case. All the nodes seem to be at a flat rate. That's something they've changed, that you would hope that they look back towards the testing phases and see that the players that tested this game for them on this server, all of them I'm sure will agree that mining nodes need to be fixed. So there's a level 19 power steel generator. For those guys at level 1920, that was the cost there. This is what it's more like at level 24 on your dilithium vault. You can see there's common and uncommon required to build that. Uncommon refined ore, 2 of them, and 190 common, and quite a hefty bill for that one thing in terms of 5 million power steel. There's a level 25 generator. No G3 required. It's still hefty enough in terms of standard resources. Quite expensive there for a power steel vault. We look at Ops 27. So you can see again, I need to go out raiding for that. there's no way mining that is gonna get me there anytime soon. So at 7.3 million, I could upgrade now. It will take a week. I have the G3 to do it, but it's a toss-up for me right now between ops or ships. I'll do a few of these dailies. You can see I've saved up a few. I'm probably not going to hit chest number 4, but I'll certainly get the first 3 chests here. And this is how I like to do it, guys. I like to just get these passive rewards from going out and doing the mining and killing ships and whatever it is you're doing, giving the help out to your alliance, whatever it is, and pop these crates once a day. The requirements change as your level changes for these as well, and also your faction reputation will affect this. You can see I have lost any ability to do Federation or Klingon missions there. Like I said before, I was doing Federation and Romulan, trying to keep a balance, so there was a time I was able to go out and mine for the Federation and the Romulan to get rewards from both. So what have we got here? Okay, I'll do those others that require me to get to that 4th chest later. For now, that's not a bad little haul for just checking in on your dailies. So just a little mention on Alliance Store. In your Alliance credit I have 115. Now you see I will buy Ultra Recruit tokens if I can, but if you need Peace Shields, you can spend your Alliance credits on the Peace Shields. You get the Alliance credit from the dailies. And you can see I could buy there a couple of 8-hour Peace Shields or a few 4-hour Peace Shields, which could come in handy. So I'm practically done here, guys. I want to thank everybody again for watching. If you liked this video, then give it a like, of course. Don't be afraid to keep the questions coming. I'll answer if I can, if time allows. And yeah, give it a like, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Cheers.